Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Ginge Pedro Show. I'm, of course, your host, Crustacea Jones. Alongside me is nobody yet, but I assume Pedro will be pulling in any moment here. But until then, we'll go ahead and just do the show like normal. I do have a couple little housekeeping matters to attend to. Off the top here, the Madness Pops' comic book network. The Madness is met the Mania. I'm the Mania. He's the Madness. And there's a Kickstarter to bring the Madness, and by extension the Mania, over to Roku, where we're free to say as many sort of retarded jokes as possible. Even the words like that one I just said. We're not supposed to say that here. But on Roku we can. So I'm going to play the ad. Oh, here he is. Hold on. Papa Hang. Hey, buddy. Just in time for the ad.
Hey, I got distracted, man.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Okay. No, welcome. Glad you're here. Let me kick this Roku ad off real quick, buddy.
Do it. Let me get.
Yo, Pops Fans Ant here. The Madness Comic Network is evolving into the Madness Roku Network. We're taking our stuff to Roku. We're joining great channels like the American Horrors channel. We're taking our stuff over there, guys. We love it over there. You're going to love what we bring you. We got some great shows, all kinds of different stuff. Come join the Madness, yo. Madness Roku Network right here. Peace.
Boom, motherfucker. No, but it's funny because I did a wrestling promo unintentionally, but I feel like at the top of that video there, Pops was honed in. Well, no, I did it intentionally. I feel like he did it unintentionally, and I think that sort of speaks to the power of wrestling promos, because those dudes were real salesmen.
Yeah,
you get somebody going on one of those, and it's like, whew, all right, whatever this dude is saying, I'm in. Let's go. Let's kick some ass.
Dude. I gotta get into the groove, man. I've been watching pork videos, so.
That like code for large women?
No, dude. Like I'm planning. Like I got a 50-pound lechon, like baby pork, and I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it Cuban style. At my dad's, I have a. It sounds kind of racist, but that's how they call it, a Chinese box, which is basically a box where you put the pork in, and then you put like the coals on top of the box, and the box is lined with aluminum. Yeah. So I'm just doing the investigation on how to like inject the pork and all that stuff. Wonderful. So that's been my day.
Right on, bro.
Comics, baby.
Yeah, no, I can't beat that. And real quick, just before we pass on the on that element of the Madness Roku, I do just want to say I hope somebody. I offered my services, buddy, on that campaign. A 10-page comic scripts commission, $100. Mm-hmm. I think it also includes some other stuff within Pops's element, but I hope somebody buys that. I won't be getting the money; it all goes towards the campaign. But I really enjoy writing for other people, and it's a sort of a rare honor. I've had a few times. One thanks to you. You know, there's another project I'm helping co-write with somebody that I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say, but that's also been a huge honor. So, you know, if anybody would take us up on that, I would seriously appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. Well, let's say hello to the chat, buddy. We got Shadowhawk flying in,
Shadowhawk
landing on his perch. We always got a perch for you here, buddy.
Yeah.
Sorry, bird thing. Okay. Jaden Nush. I screwed that up, but welcome. Hello, everyone.
Yeah. It's Jaden, sir.
All right. Wonderful. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming by, Jaden.
Yeah.
No relation to the Smiths, I'm sure, but that's quite all right.
Yeah.
Sort of small time, but makes sense. All right, cool. So, speaking of, you know, sort of guests here, I'm trying to build a segue that works, but we do have a guest, and he's here. He's in the back. He's waiting. His name's RaidenRadio.
Don't expect segues from me, man. I have pork in my mind. I'm still readjusting.
Up next on the Ginge Pedro Show, it's RaidenRadio. What's up?
Hey, Pedro.
Hey, what's up, man?
I think Cuban pork is when you just take it and you put it in a raft and just push it out into the ocean.
Oh no, that's the guy who cooks it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, like,
Right.
dude, like you have to get like sour oranges and lots of garlic and oregano. Seems to be like the basis of it.
I mean, you could just cheat. Like the little hole in the wall Mexican places that I go to, they just take Sunny Delight, just dunk it in Sunny Delight.
Yeah. No, the thing's like the sour. I actually have a sour orange tree here, and it does taste different. It's not like a regular orange. Like in order to get that taste, you might get like 2 sweet oranges and mix it with a lime. You might get closer to what that taste is.
Not that I want to pull. Not that I want to
Sorry.
pull the conversation completely off the rails, like from the get-go, but
Don't
what
worry.
I do when I'm grilling meat is I'll take like my spices and everything and I'll mix it in mayonnaise and then just completely coat the meat in mayonnaise. And since it's like moist, it's got oil in it, and then you go to grill it and the yucky mayo stuff just kind of disappears, but it leaves the meat really moist.
It does. I mean, when you put like oil bases to fire, that's gonna melt down and fall on the coals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not gonna be.
And it helps char the meat as well.
Yeah. See, I turned this into a cooking
Okay,
show.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
That's fine though. Truthfully, I've been a cook a few times in my life. It's something I love to do. And I noticed there's this little underground sort of meats. Well, it's called a cooking fascination in the CG community. Looking at the good stuff over there.
Yeah, we
got JD Kirby though. He says, "What's going on in here? Whole lot of shenanigans."
Yeah.
Good to see you, buddy. Okie dokie. So let's kick this biatch off.
Let's do it.
Okay, Raiden. So, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, sir? Creatively and just in general.
Yeah, I mean, I've been making indie comics kind of around the scene for about 5 years now. My style is basically to do one of two things: either make the weirdest book you've ever read, which you see in titles like Eudaimonia or How to Die, or the complete opposite end of the spectrum, where I'll make a murder like a campy kind of murder mystery that the book would serve perfectly as like a BBC detective show, basically. So there's no in between. It's either really, kind of like familiar and comfortable and, almost cozy, or completely weird and abstract.
Cool.
Very nice.
So what got you into this wacky world of writing? Because you're a writer, right?
Yeah.
So,
I basically came out of academic creative writing. I was originally a poet by trade, and I would normally write. Anytime I wrote a poem, it would still have a narrative. It would still be a story. It would just be a shorter story. So I tend to gravitate towards short stories and poems. Right now, when you go to break out into being a writer, typically what they want from you is like a 300-page manuscript. And that's just not something I can really do. Like I've never, I tend to think, brevity is the soul of wit. So my writing is just very like to the point, not a lot of fluff. And what I found was that style of writing is really perfect for a comic book, right?
Of course.
Keep your word bubbles down, keep your dialogue short and to the point. And it just seemed like a kind of natural fit for my kind of writing.
Yeah. And that way you allow to basically allow the writing to complement the art.
Yeah.
And not make it like fight each other, which is something
like Bendis.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's funny. I know one of people's large complaints with him is that his dialogue goes on forever. And I found the Amazon used book section is sort of one of my best friends in a lot of ways. Like you can find books that are like $25-$30, sometimes at like $5 or something, right? So I picked his book up. This was when I first got into writing comics about 3 years ago. I picked his book up And just flipping through it, it's basically an interview book. You know, he just kind of goes over random whatever. I forget the name of it, but he actually touches on that, you know, complaints within that book. And it's a very long-winded response, but basically, in short, it's dialogue is his favorite part of the book, and so that's just what he loves to do. It's like, well, all right then. You know, not defending him. I'm just saying, like, he knows that people don't like that. He just does it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he became the poster child for the meme, but he's not the only one. Greg Rucka, his stuff is just words all over the place. You know what I mean? Like his Wonder Woman run, my God. It reads like a phone book.
Yeah.
But JD says, thanks for a cleaner page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you want to be a verbose writer, I don't think comic book is your medium. Like, maybe. Like, I mean, that's my opinion. Like, who cares? Like, I live in Panama, surrounded by mangoes and monkeys. But still, I mean, if you want to do like verbose, you might be writing prose or writing a novel. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what you like. But if you come into comic books, you're just gonna piss off the people who like comics. And if you revel in that, then by all means, I don't know. Like, it depends on what's your goal, I guess.
Yeah.
So I think it depends. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I find that like when I'm doing my script writing, it's usually a process of like writing out the script and then seeing how much of what I've written can be reformatted into the art. You know what I mean? So it's basically a process of turning as much of the tell into the show as I can.
So do you start with, sometimes for me, just getting the ideas out, like almost in a prosy sort of way, just because it sometimes can flow. It's like on the tip of the tongue. Do you usually start in a prosy way, or do you go straight to script format? How do you do it usually?
I usually start with a script because the very first thing I'm thinking about is how it can be conveyed visually. And so I'm usually writing, you know, my script, like the direction for the artist in, you know, with the dialogue. And then when I go through the editing process, it becomes it becomes a matter of, like like I said before, like just kind of converting it into how can we show this rather than, you know, just saying it.
Very nice. Very cool. Yeah, we've gotten more writers on the show here lately, but it is, you know, due to comics being what it is.
Yeah. We are getting more writers on the show. Are you trying to tell me something?
I enjoy it. Yeah. Well, I mean, just whoever's around, we can pull on this old bucket of bolts here.
The artists have all of the advantages, right? I mean, they get paid first. They can fire up a live stream and draw. You know, we can't just fire up a live stream with a Word document and start typing like that. Nobody wants to watch that.
It's not quite as sexy. No.
Nobody asks for a fan one-page script of Batman.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like it's just a matter of, because I mean, I don't know. I'm an artist. Like I'm a drawer, but I see with writers. Like, I love something that Shay was doing a while back with some other writers, which is more of a premise exploring show.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like teaching people how to, like, okay, you get a premise, how do you develop it? Shows like that are also very, very interesting. So it's not a matter like you're like hand-tied. It's just a matter of knowing like what your craft is, and not like, okay, I'm gonna give my ideas out to the world, but how do I go about, you know, like constructing the ideas? Like that's something that people might be really interested in, because there's a lot of people who want to write.
I love the idea in theory, but in my experience, if you have a panel of writers, you're going to always have more people on the panel than in the audience.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You get 5 writers and 3 viewers.
Yeah. What can you do?
Yeah.
No, but no, that is true. It's one of the reasons, just aside from art, it's like in the comic book medium, you kind of want as many skills as possible, just to sort of give yourself that extra edge. Okay, cool. So, how many books at this point do you have under your belt there?
So the 2 campaigns I have going on would be 5 and 6. So it was Eudaimonia 1, Eudaimonia 2, How Did I 1, Noirlum 1, and now this is Noirlum 1.5 and How Did I 2.
Okay. Very nice.
Cool.
So 3 IPs, and then I'm starting a 4th here pretty soon.
Yeah, dude. Who was your artist on Norlem?
For the cover or for the interiors?
For the interiors.
Roel Roke.
Because I got to tell you, man, like I saw the interiors of Norlem, and it took me to Dark City for some reason.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It had that air. I don't know if it was the choice of camera angles or like the coloring, but something just took me there. And dude, really great job, man.
I got to give props for that to the colorist. Her name is Mariam Yasser.
Okay.
And yeah, she's a superstar. That kind of watercolor.
Yeah.
We've heard her name before on the show. You know what else?
It has that like like washed color correction vibe. Some movies have. So dude, like really like properly managed, man. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And she actually did the color for this cover.
Cool.
So this is going to be the cover for the full on book. But I gave the line art to the person who did the colors for the first book's cover, and then I also gave it to Miriam, and this is her take on it. So this cover will only be on this ash can.
Awesome.
Nice. So this is in watercolor, you said?
I don't know how she does it. I know she colors digital, but it looks like watercolor.
Okay.
It's called voodoo magic. That's what it's called. It's sorcery.
We've heard her name before on this show. Some other bugs. Sort of curious. Okay, cool. So I've got Noirlum pulled up here. Could you tell us a little bit about the inspiration for creating it, and then sort of get into the nitty-gritty a little bit?
So this is it's my ode to one of my favorite periods in art history, called the Harlem Renaissance. I just think it's really underappreciated for its contributions. And it's also my ode to one of my other favorite art forms, which is the cozy murder mystery, which if you ever watch BBC television, they have about 20 of them on the air at a time, all of the time. So, really kind of formulaic, really kind of familiar. There's a murder or a series of murders every week, and the main character has to find the killer. So I basically kind of put these two together to create, and then, a nice little injection of classic noir. And I put it in 1920s Harlem, where there's not a lot of fiction that takes place there. And yeah, it's just one of my great loves in terms of writing, in terms of art. And this is what came out of it.
Very nice. Absolutely. I grew up watching, sort of by extension, because it was always on at my grandma's house, Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, heck yeah.
Right. And
Columbo.
Agatha Christie stuff was always on at the house.
I'm to the point now where I've seen so many of them that I have to go to other countries to see theirs. So I can recommend Miss Fisher, which is Australian. I've seen just about this. There's one, Death in Paradise, which takes place in Bermuda. I'm running out of murder mysteries to consume.
Very nice.
Paul Riot, the French guy.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. What'd you think of those movies? I really wanted the latest ones. I think they've done 2 now, right? Or 3, but I really wanted to like them, but I don't know. I just kind of felt underwhelmed.
The movies I haven't seen, but I have seen Knives Out. And one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to a mystery is when the solution is something that hasn't been shown to the audience. Sherlock did this a lot, where Sherlock just starts talking about things and is like, if we don't get a chance to see the evidence, it's not a very good mystery. Like, you're not really presenting it to us. You're basically trying to stroke off how clever you want your character to seem.
Right. Yeah, sort of like that. This is going to be a loose. I'm going to throw a dart here and see if I can stick this landing. But it's sort of like that episode.
Go ahead,
Sort of like that episode of South Park. It's an older one where the kids realize that they're basically in a rerun of the first episode, and there's this bit where they're doing a Independence Day thing, and the Jeff Goldblum character keeps coming up with random things out of nowhere that just sort of solve the problem. One of those was like butt sex, and like he keeps saying the word over and over. The chef's like, "Who's having butt sex?"
JD Kirby in the chat says Langston Hughes. That's a good call out. Claude McKay is another great one. He's basically one of my favorite stories, but he was really influential on me. Claude McKay was born in Jamaica. He immigrated to the U.S. He fell in love with English poetry. He started writing it. He became wildly famous and successful. And then his life kind of crashed because what he would do is he would do something that would be considered cool, but not when he did it. So he became an ardent communist when nobody else was a communist. And then he denounced communism when everybody was becoming a communist. And I think he went on. So he basically just wrong time to do it. And he died, broke and penniless. Because at this time the communists took over a lot of the art movements and pushed out anybody who pushed back against them.
It feels like right now.
Yeah,
and that sounds familiar.
And not to spoil things, but that is all over this book.
Nice.
The main the main villain is basically a commie, and it's going to be worth getting the book just to see the main character punch him so hard in the stomach that he farts blood.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, because when you see kung fu movies, it's always like blood out of the mouth. So this is refreshing. Fart blood.
Yeah.
Now that I said that out loud, I think I might just make that my elevator pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
New Harlem, watch communists get punched in the stomach so hard they fart blood.
Yeah, go a step ahead. Like, you think Iron Monkey is cool?
Yeah.
New Harlem. Yeah, there you go. Very cool, man.
Now I need to hire a voiceover actor who can say that really cool and dramatically.
Yeah. Somebody like Sam Elliott. It goes like, we're the backbone of America, like that.
Yeah.
Like cowboy
you
voice.
You can watch commies fart blood.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it's a hell of a pitch.
Yeah, dude. Can we watch this trailer?
There's no fucking blood in it, but yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. No, you keep that for the page. That's
yeah.
Okay, here we go, boys.
Listening to sounds in the space that's vacant, profound and deep underground as basements, and quiet is kept. What I found is sacred. A sage said, silence is the sound of patience. Listen.
Very nice, bro.
Very cool.
Yeah, that art is incredible, dude.
Yeah, like some trailers don't need words describing anything. Just let the art talk and get some moody music. Really well done, sir. You did your own trailer, or you got somebody to do it for you?
Oh, I did it.
Very cool.
Yeah, this is one of those cases where there's a lot of music in almost all of my books. I'm just very inspired by a lot of different genres. And this was just a case where a song I already liked kind of inspired the idea for the book. So when I went to do the trailer, it was like a no-brainer to match them up.
Gotcha.
I know that the font on the title there is a little kind of basic and on the nose, but it really is intentional, because what was going on at the time in the 1920s is a lot of the modern art movements were putting out these. I mean, it was really like garage band art, and people were just trying to get their creations out to people any way they could. So what they would do is they would have these, really rough shot, printed, little tiny books, but they would title them. They would give them titles that would be sure to get people's attention. So one of the more famous ones is one that it just says on the cover, "Fire," and that would be it. That would be the title of the book. And so that's kind of what I was going for here, was an homage to just the very basic rough shot printing, something designed to really get your attention. And that's why the book is called Listen.
Very nice. Yeah, it's a catchy tune. We got JD chiming in here. He says, "I see the 20s noir now."
Yeah.
And in response to what you just said there, he says, especially in Harlem, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Yeah, very groovy tune. And that art is very nice. Okay, so is this going to be an ongoing series? Or I see we've got an Ashcan, so there's the longer version of this coming soon, right? Or
yeah, that'll probably be coming out early next year-ish. I really just want to keep this series going, and I want to be able to just keep telling these murder mysteries, but having a character plot that can kind of continue and evolve. So everything is kept very episodic. You're not going to get a book where you get to the last page and you don't find out who did it. You're always going to get that kind of closure. But there's going to be that second thread kind of weaved throughout it where, the character's story can just continue on.
Very nice. The grander scheme unfolds in the course of everything. Very nice. I like it. Okay, cool. So is this the bad guy right here, this rather grotesque gentleman? Or
no, that is the subject of the first mystery in the book. So the Ashcan is 14 pages, and it covers a complete mystery. But then on the last page, you get the events that set up the larger mystery in the book. So that gentleman there is a fictional acclaimed jazz pianist named Fat Black Max. Nice. And the book opens in a recording studio, and he just keels over dead. And we got to find out who done it amongst who was in the room.
Ooh. All right.
Oh, dude.
A true whodunit. Very nice.
The second mystery is based off of, you see the woman falling there. It's kind of morbid, but there's this very famous photograph called The Most Beautiful Suicide. And this woman jumped from the Empire State Building, and she landed on a car. But she landed in a way that seems so improbable, where her arms are just kind of fanned out, and she looks like she's asleep. Like you wouldn't even know that she was actually dead, but she just kind of landed in this angelic pose. And a very famous photograph. And I was kind of inspired just to make a story around that, about a woman falling to her death and uncovering what the circumstances were of her life and finding out whether or not she did jump or not. And that's going to be like the larger story.
Very nice.
So it was like a produced outing on her part. Like, I don't want to say the word, the S word, but the photograph was like a produced suicide. Yeah.
Did she? It's a real photo. She actually killed herself. This lady. And it just happened to land that way.
Yeah. I'm trying. I think I even threw in another real life event that happened where two of the detectives, that not the main characters, but one of them finds a torso in an apartment, and the other one finds a pair of legs somewhere else. That actually happened, and what it ended up being is it was one of the first landmark cases in forensic medicine where the police had a torso. They basically had two halves of a body, and this forensic, it was like one of the progenitors of forensic medicine took one look at the body and said, Yeah, this person actually wasn't murdered because he was able to look at it and tell that the body was cut up after death. And he was able to immediately notice that through discoloration of the skin that the person actually died from, I think it was like falling asleep and having a gas leak. They were poisoned to death by their own apartment.
Isn't it like that reminds me of the Black Dahlia or something? Yeah. I don't know.
Band
like,
or
the mystery, the
yeah.
mystery, the Black Dahlia murder. But yeah, like I've been looking. I'm not like a fan because that's what chicks are doing now, like being morbid fans of serial killers and.
Oh yeah, you got to watch out for them.
Yeah, it's like that's a huge red flag. But
yeah,
I was dating this chick that introduced me to the mystery of the cursed script.
The cursed script?
Yeah. It's called It Took. I don't know if you're familiar with that story. But this is giving me vibes. Like there's this script that's been around Hollywood, and whichever actor got a hold of this script has died. Starting with John Belushi, then Sam Kinison, then Chris Farley, and then Phil Hartman. They all got the It Took script in their hands like months before they died. And they turned like this huge like mystery thing. Like it sounds dumb now that I say it out loud.
Yeah.
But it was
four huge comedians.
Yeah.
Just, wow.
Well, I mean, what was it? What was it? Poltergeist, where like half the main cast or just died mysteriously.
Yeah. I mean, the things like that. That's the thing. Like Hollywood, it's full of histrionic divas. So, like, whenever you go to a theater, like it's always haunted. It's like really.
Oh yeah.
This one too. Okay. So I don't know. Like taking advantage of that. Like that's the thing. Like I don't know if you're going into the supernatural thing, but this thing you're doing here is just giving me that sense. You know what I mean? That air of mystery and whatnot, and it's sorely needed. Because I mean, I love superheroes.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's some manga I adore, but I don't see this kind of themes explored properly in our medium. So, congrats on that, man.
Thank you.
Most people in comics want to be like Frank Miller. They do noir style and stuff.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of people trying to imitate Frank Miller. Like, it's
right,
but it's like an echo of Frank Miller. This doesn't look like Frank Miller at all. It's not like the undertone sex thing with hot chicks. I mean, it's another flavor with Frank Miller. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This book is actually kind of styled to look like something you would see like in a comic strip or like in a newspaper comic strip where you could probably take out panels of this and just put it in a newspaper for 6 months and keep people entertained.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Or those black and white movies like the Maltese Falcon or Casablanca. Like, this is awesome, man.
Do you have a top 5 sort of influential, call them mobster movies or more like noir crime movies?
Let's see here. I really like Double Indemnity. Man, I'm really bad with titles. I really like Double Indemnity. I really did not like Chinatown. I don't understand why people pray. I don't get it.
I can't get through it. I've tried it. Chinatown. I've heard it's a really classic series. I know there's a couple sequels too. I just had a hard time.
Okay. The thing with Chinatown is the movie. It's the movie you were told you should like.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for example, I appreciate Citizen Kane for what it is, but I always fell asleep when I watch it.
Right.
Now, does that make me dumb? Maybe. You know what I mean? Like, just people are like, it's a masterpiece, but dude, like, I fall asleep every time. Sorry.
I'm actually doing a video right now about how much I hated Cool Hand Luke.
Okay.
I'm too damn old to be entertained by misanthropy and nihilism.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do it. I can't.
Dude, my whole stand-up career was founded on misanthropy. But now that I'm older, like I can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
I don't believe in it. Like,
it gets old.
Yeah, The thing is that you can like turn around to misanthropy, because then you start to analyze why you hated it. So it's more you critiquing your former self. And when I'm on stage, like I'm doing that, like, dude, I'm dumb. Like I wasted so much time of my life hating on everybody, and everybody was having like barbecue and shit. You know, so
I'm way more honest with myself, and I reached the conclusion that I was just trying to be deep and edgy. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the thing, because it's an easy way out to not confront your problems.
To make like you don't care about anything.
When you do, when you're crying yourself to sleep.
Real quick, I just want to say hey to Ray. What's up, Ray?
Yeah, what's up, Ray?
He's Ray will likely be doing our website, buddy. We got contacts a couple days ago, so Ray's gonna help out. Very nice. Okay, so to the nihilism point, it is like the older you get, the less excuse you have to start making. A lot of excuses to really, sort of let that still be your worldview.
Right.
That was like when I was like 15. I've always had a probably more, you could call it pessimistic or nihilistic sort of outlook on things. Even though I'm a pretty happy guy still, but just like I guess I was in the right age for when the internet hit, and like the Christopher Hitchens phase, that was like really big. But even as I got older,
House.
House. No, but just as I got older, though, like hitting like 25, even was like, all right, I'm sort of, it's the sort of not even nuance, the lack of nuance is, in your face. Okay, so let's dive back into this here. So could you, without maybe spoiling too much, could you tell us a little bit about the two main characters? So what's their names and a little bit of their history?
So Coleman Carmichael he's kind of a resident of Harlem. He's kind of like an everyman. He's a bit of a consummate hustler, and not a hustler, I guess a grinder would be a better word to use. He teaches, he tutors, he does all this stuff to get by. But what he also has is a kind of innate ability for deductive reasoning. In the first book, what happens is there's a murder or a mysterious death in his apartment building. And when the police show up, they're kind of disinterested in it. It seems pretty cut and dry. But he kind of sees right through what happened. And one of the two police officers is this young rookie detective named Jay Baldwin, which is a nod to James Baldwin. And he kind of shows him like, hey, man, there's more than what you're thinking here. And they kind of slowly form this hesitant bond over being really more interested in the truth than most other people. So in the first book, when Jay brings him these unsolved murders, he brings them to him because, even though he's a rookie detective, he's starting to piece together that this looks kind of like the same person. And then almost as like an exercise or as an activity to do, they start hunting a killer. And that's pretty much the story of the first book. Now, at the end of the first book, they get into a bit of a tussle. They end the book kind of at odds with one another. So at the beginning of this book, their relationship is a little bit more antagonistic than it was in the last book. And really, it's because Coleman is kind of a jerk in the classic, detective that thinks he's smarter than everybody kind of way. Yeah. And in this book, we see Baldwin kind of coming into his own as a detective. So now they're just giving it to each other. They're just giving each other the business. And so it becomes almost a kind of begrudging partnership as they set off to uncover this mystery.
Very nice. So, not a happy buddy cop situation then.
Right.
Yeah. I was thinking a couple weeks ago, I was like, man, CG needs like a Chris Tucker, Jackie Chan. This is also a touch of Panamanians radio, I've learned.
Yeah.
There's no kung fu here, but yeah, I see what you're trying to.
Yeah, no, this is different. That's totally fine too. I mean, fantastic. Even sounds great. Okay, so
Oh, dude, look at this.
I gotta ask what this is.
So this was originally going to be the cover for the first book. It ended up not really working because the main character, I rewrote him to be much younger, and he looks quite a bit older here.
Yeah.
So I've just kind of had this in my back pocket. But yeah, if we can get to, I mean, 100 backers isn't really all that realistic at this point because I'm on FundMyComic, and there's just people are still hesitant to get over there.
Yeah.
But I might just do it anyway, just to do it. I really want to get this out to people, so I might just end up throwing this in, like having a batch of these printed off, and send out a nice art print to everybody.
Yeah. I mean, he's not like Morgan Freeman old, but yeah, he looks like an older chap here.
Yeah, if you ever watched the show Homicide: Life on the Street,
no,
that show that this guy looks like.
Okay.
If anything. Just to say, if anything, you could use this as a, like those big banners they use at conventions, like a vinyl, something like that.
Yeah, actually, I have one of those, and I was all set to do like my first big convention, and then somehow I inadvertently caused COVID to happen.
Oh yeah.
So that was actually that was my bad. Actually, sorry.
We all blame you. Yeah.
You son of a bitch! You finally come back. Crawling back with the COVID.
It has gone for
what were you going to say, Pedro?
What's that?
You were going to say something? You were going to say something?
It was going to be a stupid joke, because I forgot. So,
hey.
But no, like, no, I remember. Like, this cover could be like a future tense. Like, you can save it. I mean, if Norley continues, you could like the memoirs of this character.
Yeah, that's right. So. I've named it Noirlum 1961 because that's about 30 years in the future.
There you go.
For this book. So yeah, we were on the same page.
Okay, cool. So it wasn't stupid. Cool.
We got Ictus in the house.
Hey, what's up, Ictus?
Total excellence. Hey, buddy. Got him on a little something for Waifus and Kaijus campaign.
Right.
I'd be excited to see. Thank you, buddy. The colorist extraordinaire. Ictus. Reach out to him if y'all need some work done. Okay. So let's see here. We'll get it back up to the page, to the top here. So let's have a look at the perks. And this is on 11 days. Are you gonna take it off? Are you gonna leave it? When you're going to print, or once the 11 days are up?
I mean, I think I'm supposed to say I don't know, but yeah, I'm going to leave it up.
Okay.
Right, okay.
Also, this is going to be going to print. Cool. I actually got the print file in today, so this is actually done and ready to go.
Oh, awesome!
Right. Very nice. Yeah. No, I feel you, and I think FundMyComic that's kind of like definitely built into the model that you're supposed to. You can't leave it on there. Some people. There seems to be some. What's the word? I don't know, contention about whether or not you should leave things up for too long. I mean, I don't know, but I see it all as, I know some people don't appreciate it, but I sort of see things somewhat as a, like Kickstarter and Indiegogo, somewhat as a store shelf, essentially, too.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it makes it kind of convenient because with CG Now, I haven't been on there in a while, but I think you can link to it. And that just saves you the trouble of having to, have your own storefront or, put it on eBay. I had a comic of mine on there. Somebody bought it and I didn't even notice it until they had already canceled it because I didn't even know it sold.
But I think like we all developing our own storefronts is the future, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm really feeling that, but still, places like FundMyComic and even Indiegogo and Kickstarter, like it's like the town square, where people find out about you. Then we have to like, I don't know, like
the bazaar.
People to our, the bazaar, and then we have to like move traffic to our own storefronts. Like I think that's the way of the future.
It is, but man, I cannot. I've tried multiple times to start doing that, and like my brain just goes into a meltdown when I try to like build a page or.
Yeah, we all want to be artists. Like I totally, like being an artist, it's a frame of mind, but when you go to business, it's like changing the tracks, and it can be jarring. Yeah, but it's something that we need to practice. Like anything, like learning to play the banjo. You just need to practice.
I'd love to. Truthfully, I'd love to, buddy. I'm all for that. But no, again, shout out to Ray Haylock.
Hey, what's up, Ray?
Yeah, he's going to be doing our website. So that'll be cool. Taking that. Yeah, I can do it. I've done a few websites, but he'll be able to do it better, and I won't have to. I will have free time. So there you go.
Yeah, like
reach out to him.
That's what he does. So yeah.
Okay, we got Neostar. What's up, buddy? It says the brilliant star that shines through the night, the surge of power that jumpstarts justice. Riser Man stands before you. Hey. And then here like the lightning bolts. Yes, Prom approves. I like it. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's see here. Let's go over the perks or the tiers. I'm sorry. So we've got the digital copy for $3. Very nice. Does that deliver right away, or do you have to wait for the campaign to close?
I think this time I want to get the physical out first. You know what I mean? Because I hate the idea of somebody who got both of them, and their first experience with the book is a PDF file. So I think I want to take care of the physical backers first, and then as soon as those are out the door, the people who got the digital can get their digital.
Very nice. I like that. Yeah, no, it's a good consideration, because it's really an underwhelming. No, nothing against digital. No, I read them, often. It just is what it is. But it's like, yeah, you would rather the first hit of that paper air hit you in the nose. Okay, great. So let's see here. We've got, so here's the physical, right? So $7 plus shipping. Very nice. Unsigned. Okay, very nice. We got for $9 the signed copy. Okay. All right. Yes, I've seen this behind the scenes. The Zippo. Cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One left.
You have one? Oh, you have one left. Do you have it in your hands, or do you have to print? Are you waiting for the campaign, or?
Oh no! I mean, I have them. I just don't have one in front of me at the moment.
Okay.
It was for the first campaign. This is just the ones that were left over.
Okay. Yeah, very nice. How'd you like them? It must have come out great.
I mean, okay, here's the story behind that. I had those Zippos made. They're great, right? Like, they're really high quality, really cheap too. It was less than $2 per. I'm pretty sure the company that made them went under because I can't find them anywhere.
Oh, dude, bummer.
I don't know. So I might have the only CG Zippo that will ever exist unless another company comes around.
Yeah, but okay. Like, how many people smoke? Well, there's a weed smoker, so there's that.
I mean,
I used a Zippo until my thing jammed up.
Yeah, you get kidnapped and you get tied to a chair. You're going to wish you had a Zippo on you.
Yeah, especially if you get kidnapped in Austria.
Yeah,
exactly.
Here's the question: if you have the Zippo? Because I don't think they ever really show this in the movie, so I'm just not hitting. I don't mean to be pedantic. I believe the word is, but if the Zippo's in your pocket and your hands are tied behind a chair, and you have to hold the Zippo up to the how do you get it from your pocket to your hands?
Sea turtles, mate. Sea turtles, mate.
No, that's why you always keep it in your tweed jacket pocket, not your pants pocket.
Right, you just shimmy it out.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's probably a good point, though. If you're going in to prepare for some shit like that, you probably would go ahead and secure it in your.
Nobody gets kidnapped in their pajamas. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It always happens when you're dressed to the nines.
Yeah, you got to wear proper attire for a kidnapping.
That might be just a rich guy thing to do at some point. You get so rich, you just buy yourself a custom kidnapping suit. So you start to get kidnapped, you're like, hold on, wait a minute, let me put my suit on.
Wait a minute, let me get my kidnapping.
Pop says the the Zippo was well worth the wait. Very nice. Sounds like you got one. Very cool. Hey, we got Benjamin Soto. Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up, Benjamin?
Coming by. Great guy. Halloween Head Comics, another horror anthology fan and creator. So he says, I like the way you put that, Pedro. Places like FundMyComic serve as a town square. You have a chance of getting the attention of a passerby shopper.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like when you get your own place or website or shop, like you miss out on that one. So that's why, because a lot of people say like, yeah, I've tried it before and it was a nightmare. No, dude. Like the fact that you have your own shop doesn't mean you get to stop crowdfunding. Make the crowdfunding the event, and then if people like find out about you through the event and they missed on the redirect themselves to your shop. And yeah, that's just a new. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I also like I believe CG now. They have a bunch of books on there, right?
Yeah.
Sort of they direct you to the place where you can buy, or is it? But regardless, there's a few other websites that are sort of like that are popping up, and I'm actually you just got to get out there and put your books on there. But it's good to have principles out there.
Bancroft does good work.
Yeah.
Right. He says kidnappers. That's why you always wear a clean under.
Don't we all? It's so embarrassing.
It would be. Neostar, I'm always up for a good detective story. I'll have to check this book out myself. Okay. He has a detective. Razorman. He's a detective. Yeah. Psychic detective. Not like, what's her name? Fucking, who talks to ghosts. I forget the actress's name. What's the name of that show?
I don't know.
She's the chick. Oh, shit. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay. Alrighty, so we've got the lighter for $19. Only one left. So definitely pick that up. Yeah, and then the bundle for $25, you get the book, and also is this a print or?
Oh, you get one of my reader copies of book 1, the full 90-page story, and a copy of Listen.
Right. Okay, great, very cool. All right, hey, that's a great deal. It's a good amount of pages. Okay, great. So 11 days to go. You also do YouTube. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Okay. I try to do a YouTube upload I've done an upload every Friday for the past year and a half. I think might have been a year, but it is honest to God, whatever I feel like talking about. Movie reviews, restaurant reviews, philosophical video essays, and a lot of them are really dumb. I have a very dumb, stupid sense of humor. So just to give you an idea what it was like, I'm working on a video now, and you know those, you know how you watch a YouTube video and they're sponsored and they start talking about their sponsorship? I did an ad for my video, and you know the Raycon earbuds that people are always So I did a bit in my video where I'm being sponsored by Raycon, only it's an Asian guy whose name is Ray Khan, and he sells knockoff earbuds outside of a bus station on 8th and 42nd in New York City. And it's not real. None of it's real. But then like I tell people to use the promo code, and it's just the word hand job in Mandarin. That's the level of humor that I have going on my site. So
the only thing I can say about that was that hand job in Mandarin, that's kind of obscure.
Yeah.
And some people might try to use that promo code.
Yeah. So, well, if they can find Ray, who doesn't exist, I'll be very impressed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
But that's the level of humor I'm working with. People tell me all the time that my videos are great. I don't believe them. But I am 4 subscribers short of 400. So if we can get to 400 today, I will be monetized by the year 2084. And so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh,
Okay.
yeah. I can smell
All
that
right.
money.
Yeah.
Any day now. Well,
I mean, I'll probably be
yeah.
demonetized before then, but
Yeah.
goals.
Exactly.
Yes,
What are
we
we
do have
without
your-
goals? Nothing.
We do have your YouTube in the description. I'm going to get that pulled up and drop that. Let's see here.
Oh, another way of succinctly describing my YouTube channel is I have videos on my channel that have 50,000 views, and I have videos on my channel that have 5 views. So
Yeah. I mean, that's more
I
common
understand.
than yeah. Sometimes people connect with things that actually like, is it? Oh, this is a dumb video, and this is like your best video ever.
yeah, yeah. I did like a really heartfelt review of a bunch of indie comics. Nobody cared, but I talked about a stupid episode of House and got like 30,000 views.
Dude, yeah, no, I get you. It's one of the reasons I don't do just sort of, not call it complaining content. I don't know what you call it or whatever. It's just one of the reasons I don't
Ranty?
do that
Ranty
type
content?
of content. Yeah, ranting. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. You have to kind of play into the algorithm a little bit, or I don't know. It's just not for me necessarily.
Check out Neostar's. Yeah. I think I'm just going to keep doing that bit where I'm being sponsored by companies that don't exist.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to do one for NordVPN, but it's going to be Ned VPN. And it's just a guy named Ned who will vouch that you weren't in the country at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Very
Ned
good.
VPN.
Pop says, join the Roku and forget about being demonetized. Okay,
Oh, dude,
so
that
we
Raid
are-
Shadow Legends. I hate those commercials. Like,
Oh, dude.
yeah.
Never played it. I never will. I just
Dude,
pretty much,
no, the thing is, like, right now, if I'm watching a video and they come up with that Raid Shadow Legend, I just bail out. It's like, no, no, get out of here. I don't want to play that jalopy.
I've actually tried Raycons, and I was not impressed with them. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
I've fallen for the bait, and I've gotten a couple things off of those, and it always sucks.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Raycon sounds to me like a very bad rapper.
It is, actually, I think, right?
Raycon.
Ray J or some shit. It's the guy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was boning Kim Kardashian. Like, that's the guy.
Yeah.
There was one that I kept seeing it was like a website where you can get like really expensive cologne and perfume, but you only get like a really tiny amount for like cheap. So you can try out a bunch of them. And I ordered them, and like one of them, I swear to God, I took the bottle and spritzed it and it was empty.
Oh, no. Wow, dude.
Yeah. That stinks.
I mean,
no pun intended.
yeah, I can't really elaborate on that because that's going to be very racist. But there's a certain group of people down here in Panama that do that. Like, you'll get like knockoff perfumes, but they do it door to door. And for some reason, it's like people from India. They do that down here.
So, Indian scammers got the balls to come to your door.
Like, you get the perfume. Like, they'll give you a sample that smells like something, but underneath it's water.
Mm.
And here it's Russian women. When I was like 19, I was walking through the mall, and they had these kiosks of just every 100 feet would just be a beautiful. We got a lot of Russian transplants down here. There's always been whispers of Russian sex trafficking. That's always been the whisper around here. I live in Panama City. It's kind of sort of on the port. It's like a bigger city. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but point being,
I'm waiting for the end of the story. Did you get a sample?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I ended up buying a box from this lady, but it's like she cast a spell over me because I was just walking, and all she did was call me over, and the moment I turned my head, I lost full control of my body. Walked over there, she grabbed I was like 19, and I didn't do well with women, I guess, let's say, or whatever. But this lady just grabs my hand and like starts doing my nails and like just basically buttering me up for me to spend like $40, asking me, here, you can give this to your girlfriend. Oh, you don't have one. How about your mom? And that's what I did give it to, was my mom.
Oh, dude. This sounds
She
like
didn't
a
like paint
bonus
my
track.
nails. It's just like, no, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
crazy.
the
It was
polish
crazy.
thing. Okay,
Yeah, I was like,
we're gonna like
we could have been
racially
doing
profile. We're gonna turn this show into a racial profiling.
She probably could have stuck her
segment.
finger up my ass. You know, I don't think it really would have mattered, but I didn't think when I walked over there. It was crazy.
Yeah. But down here in malls, it's girls from Israel.
Normally, you pay extra for that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's girls from Israel. They do that. Hey friend, come here, friend. And they give you that like massage your nails or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben. Ben's sharing the FundMyComic. Thanks,
the
buddy.
FundMyComic, yeah. We better stop profiling like ethnic groups.
Peoples. Yeah, we've had our fun for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to say I'm pretty much offended. You know, my father was a Russian woman.
Oh, there you go.
Very progressive.
Oh, dude, like, yeah, that's the thing. Like Russian women, when they get at a certain age, like they can like carry a log by themselves. I don't know. I saw that picture somewhere, so perfect. I believe that's true.
Knees, bro.
Yeah,
you gotta have knees pushing through the snow. By the time you're old, you just got quads like a professional bicyclist.
Yeah, exactly. Just built that way.
Okay, so let's finish up this comment here, and we'll pull this mess into the station here. I can't say train because it's never appropriate. I've accidentally said train a few times.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me. You know, Pedro, you're an artist, right?
Yes, I try.
So I have a conundrum. Maybe you can help me.
Okay.
I'm working on New Harlem 2. I'm working with the artist, and I want to have this book really nail the geography of New York in a way, like better than the first book.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm putting scenes in real locations, right?
Okay.
And there's a really important scene at Penn Station where one of the detectives gets on the train to apprehend somebody, and then the train leaves the station.
Okay.
So my question is, visually, how do you depict a train that has just started moving? Like, how do you portray that motion when it's so slow?
Yeah, the thing with stuff like that, maybe do what I call preemptive paneling. So you'll start with a vertical panel of the train in one position, and another panel with the train just starting to create the shift in the position to the direction you want it to go.
Gotcha.
So the right way to do that, if you wanted to communicate that to your artist, and you can, I would say get you can get a rendering of Penn Station. You know what I mean? And then one of those like online software, you can get Blender or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can place the camera on what you want to convey. Like, hey, dude, I want the perspective going from this angle, and I want the camera angle low. Like I would do a low camera angle, so you can see the shift. Like it's very evident, and it will allow the eye to travel. Like that's what I would do as an artist.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
I'm asking different people that. So far, the best things I've come up with is that a lot of steam.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually, right now, I'm kind of leaning towards going the opposite end, where you have a panel of the people inside, and then a second panel of them kind of lurching forward.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They kind of use another angle to show it, but it's just something I'm interested. It's just something I'm interested to ask other artists about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it all depends on the flow of the story, like what the script, like if you need the camera to be inside the wagon or I don't know how you call that, but inside of the train, or you want it outside. Like it depends on there's different like storytelling devices you could use, you know. So if we're in the trend, like if you want to use the train inside, the inertia of the train starting to move, that's a really good device. So maybe use those old timey, like how people used to hang. That were made out of leather.
Yeah.
Like that could be a good device to like, okay, it's starting to move now and everybody's reacting. Like, that could work. That could work really well.
Cool.
Benjamin chimes in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just real quick, so sound effects can cue in the train moving as well. There you
Yeah,
go.
like
Shout out to letterists. Right.
cool.
That old chestnut. Okay, great.
Well, that. Sorry, go ahead.
You're going
No.
the choo-choo route. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's funny. Okay, so anyway, so we've got Neostar here. He says, things not good. Damn, bro, I can't remember the last time a woman tried to seduce me into buying something. Well, you got to get out to the mall, buddy, or out to the Pier Park.
That's a compliment in itself.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world. Look, I've just happily kept my money. I think, you know, that box of stuff. I don't know how many years it really sat there before my mom used it.
Yeah, you said box.
Yeah, so I'm not talking. Never mind. Anyway, I saw a video about a Chinese man catching a fallen tree with his bare hands. Any thoughts on that, gentlemen? Before we go, Chinese people catching trees with their bare hands. Fact or fiction?
Yeah. Sorry, my internet coughed a bit.
Definitely, it's definitely one of those. It's definitely fact or fiction.
Nice.
Yeah, Jonathan. What's his name? Frakes comes around the corner. Yeah. Believe it. No, that's Ripples. Alrighty. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get the Harlem campaign drop one more again. And we will pull the train into the station, but of course, just a regular train. We'll leave it at that, Pedro.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. Alrighty. So thank you, Raiden, for joining us, man. Really
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. The door is, of course, always welcome. Next campaign, you want to, just anytime, hit me up.
Cool. It was a good chat.
Our show. Okay, buddy. So I'm gonna bump you to the back. You're free to hang out. I promised Pops. I don't know if he's gonna run some ads or not, but he can let me know. But we are gonna do a little waifus real quick. I guess he's got the ads. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right. So Raiden, I'm gonna bump you to the back, sir. Have a great day. All right. Very nice, buddy. Great episode. Very good show. All right. So real quick, everybody, I'm going to check the number. We are at 75 signups.
Oh, very
75 signups for the WAIFUS and KAIJUS.
Moving along.
Yeah, boy.
It's moving along.
Yeah. And that, not that it necessarily matters too much, but that actually did, that surpassed the amount of signups I got for Spells and Superheroes. And I think also the amount of signups we got for
Tropical Magic too. Yeah, Tropical Magic was like 48, and we funded. So got to keep on working. We did the big reveal this week, Lord Xerxec, and yeah, and I'm finishing today the animation bumper for Jackie Harris, the American pilot. So that's going to be revealed maybe tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. And guys, give us a hand, spread the word. WAIFUS and KAIJUS do hot chicks, big ass KAIJUS, cool looking mechs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and I really a sort of, it's a full story. We're doing 3 books. There's going to be probably little character vignettes, if you want to call them that, little side stories of people's backgrounds and things like that to help flesh it out for funsies. But real quick, we got Davey. Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up, Davey?
What's up, bud? Thanks for coming by. Great guy. Check out Unemployed Monsters. Okay, but so check out WAIFUS and KAIJUS. We've got the sign up real quick in the chat. And we are launching at 200. I don't think we have a launch channel just yet, but I know we'll be doing one here. We're actually coming up on episode 100, buddy. How do you feel about them, Michaels?
I'm feeling quite good about it, actually.
Yeah, I think we've actually done more than that. I know we have, but that's fine. It's all right. And the official show numbers, here we are.
Yeah.
And Neostar, that's my boy. Hey, buddy. Says, "Ooh, Jackie, I'm fine, you pervert." But no, Jackie is pretty much the main character of this book. You know, she's sort of our main point of view from the three, but you get a little something from everybody. It's 130 plus pages, so you're gonna have a lot of fun. Check this one out, guys. And Pops Van Zandt, go ahead and take it away, buddy. We'll catch y'all next week. The Ginge Pedro Show.
Entertainment Group presents the Madness Comic Network with original programming and additional comic-related content.
I told that moron not to take out my Tchaikovsky tape. No matter, let's get started. Here we are, Nancy Moon. The last time we left our heroine, she had just joined my esteemed colleagues at level M. And the soldier who cannot stop talking, a magician with money issues, and a vampire with a checkered past. But there are other teammates she's yet to meet. One in particular might be a little bit shocking for her. I do hope she's not allergic. Back it today, won't you? Like right meow.
The Civil War was America's bloodiest conflict. Over 500,000 died to preserve national unity. When the war ended, Confederates like Harley Brogdon headed west, shooting game for the Army and gambling. When a card game turns deadly, Harley shoots in self-defense, killing the card sharp who threw down first. Wilfred Knorr, the card sharp's wealthy father, will stop at nothing to see Harley hang. Harley flees to Cobb's Gap, an old silver mining town at the foot of the Rockies. A remarkably peaceful town, especially after dark. But the sheriff harbors a dark secret, and no one dares go into the mines anymore. Cobb's Gap is full of secrets. People speak in hushed tones of something in the mines. Something worse than their cursed sheriff. Something even the Indians fear from the deepest pits of hell. Every secret will be exposed. Bronze Star. Order your copy at bronzestarcomic.com.
Fairview's coffee has mysteriously gone missing. Mayhem ensues when strange, coffee-craving zombies plague the city. Detective Mickey Potatoes, an overworked public servant, uncovers why ordinary citizens are losing their minds and how to stop the coffee apocalypse. But it involves the mafia. And when you're dealing with mafia crime families, nothing is ever easy. The Mafia controls everything in the city, including the police, including him. If he breaks the Mafia, they will break him. So, the city is without coffee. The city is burning before his very eyes, but he's powerless. Detective Potatoes has the power to stop the coffee apocalypse, but if he does, he could lose everything.
What's up, Pedro? Bye.
Hey. Oh, sorry, dude. I was just.
Bye.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.